Welcome everybody, Bonnie Donahue here, and I'm really excited about our topic today. So I'm doing a short, hopefully 20 to 30 minute video all about leveraging social media and growing your doTERRA business. Okay, so I'm doing this, let me just make sure it's working here. I'm going to be doing this live or I'm going to actually share the recording with my team, with my sidelines, with our upline, and for anybody who wants to grow a doTERRA business. Okay, I'm super pumped here. I'm just going to refresh this page really quick. We're doing things a little bit differently today. Okay, awesome. I have a PowerPoint presentation planned, but I just could not figure out a good way of videoing it at the same time as sharing it. So I will be posting my presentation in the files after this, so you guys will have them. I have examples and screenshots and all that, so I'll share. So for now, I'll just share it with you, and then you can go back and look at my examples. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Bonnie Donahue. I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, and I love doTERRA. I love the oils, and I also am very passionate about the business, okay? Especially going online and sharing what I do on Facebook and Instagram and all the different cool ways to use technology. So that's what I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm a diamond in doTERRA. I built my business to the diamond in 5 months. And I just want to share, before we even go into social media, I'm obsessed with social media. I've been loving and using it for like 7 years. I am not an expert, so I just want to say that I'm still growing, and I still consider myself a student of all the other amazing people out there online. And so I'm just growing and learning, and I'm just going to share some of the things that have been working for me. And I just want to also say that social media is a tool, okay? So it's just one of the ways that I grow my business, and it's not the only way. I think it just complements everything else you're doing in your business. So I hope today, from after this call, that you will start using social media, but not stopping what you're doing, not stopping the phone calls and sampling and the face-to-face and the personal communications, because that's always the best way to go. And in fact, I really didn't start using my page or my, I have a group and page of public ones still until I was pretty much starting in my month I hit diamond. So it was after I was platinum, and the month I hit diamond is when I really started using social media, because prior to that I was on the phone a lot. I worked probably full-time, multiple hours on the phone and connecting and handing out hundreds of samples. So I don't want you to think that because you're using social media or you put your link out there, you're just gonna have all these orders coming through and people coming to you, because that's not the case. It took a lot of hard work to build where I was in social media, and it still takes a lot of work. So I just want to say that from the beginning, and also if you are just joining, and if you think just by posting something on Facebook, you'll again become a diamond or something. I just want to be really real and set real expectations. So I think social media is an awesome tool, but it's not the only way. Okay, so I just really want to make sure people know that, and it's a really fun way to build, okay? And you're probably already online, okay? So that's the really cool thing. One of the quotes here I have is, "We don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The question is how well we do it," right? And so that's what I want to go over with you today. What is social media? Like, how do we use it? Some goals for social media, some time savers, how to use Facebook, and some online events. Okay, so it's just the basics, and if you like what you hear, I can dive into this a little bit more deeper, maybe another call or something, but we're just gonna go over the basics, right? Because when you're first getting started in the business, you don't need to know every little thing. In fact, the easier it is, the more duplicatable you will be, and that's our goal in doTERRA, is to get out in front of as many people and for them to do the same thing. So again, everything that I'm gonna be sharing is very simple. But please leave a comment if you have questions, and if I get it later, tag me and I'll come back in here and try to answer the best that I can. So one of the reasons that I love social media is because it helps us to connect with potential customers, our current customers, our friends, our family, with people that are not just like in our day-to-day, right? So it's a way to connect, to share our stories, and just share our lifestyle, right? So I'm a huge believer in people buying from people, right? So they can buy doTERRA from anybody, but they're gonna buy doTERRA from you because they know, like, and trust you, right? And so that's one of the things, our goals online, is to put ourselves out there so people know us, right? We connect. I don't know what this is. Some crazy hair going on. But we want them to know, like, and trust us, okay? Then they will buy from us, right? And that's the goal, is to help as many people as we can. So the more people that know us, the more people that we can share doTERRA with, right? So one thing that I want to also make clear, that we all sell doTERRA, right? 5.5 million people are in doTERRA, right? But they're gonna buy from you, again, because of you. So they know, like, and trust you, but you, even though you partnered with doTERRA, and doTERRA is your brand that you are representing, your ultimate brand is you, okay? So they're gonna be buying from you. They want you to be their advocate, or their leader. So when you're putting yourself out there, always think in the back of your mind that you are your brand. So anything that you post, whether it's doTERRA or lifestyle based, or anything that you post, you are representing yourself and your brand, okay? The other thing that you're doing is you're sharing your lifestyle. So we're constantly working on having a healthy lifestyle, healthy mindset. We're sharing the things that we're already doing. So you don't have to be a different person online. You're just sharing things that you're already doing. Also, I think branding and sharing what you do online, like Facebook, I'm mostly talking about Facebook and Instagram here, that just gives you social proof, right? So if somebody is deciding if they're going to buy from you, they're most likely going to research you as well as doTERRA to see if they want you, right, to be their advocate, because we're in today's society. I don't know about you, but when I go online to buy something, I quickly look that person up, right? I'm a huge stalker. And I will look for social proof, and I bet your customers are also doing the same thing, okay? Especially if maybe you invited them to a class, and or your hostess said, hey, my advocate, they might go want to check you out to say, hey, who is this person? Why should I listen to her? So we want to be that person representing ourselves as not only a doTERRA advocate, but a person of positivity and health, and so there's so many ways to go. I'm not going to go into all of that right now, but I've got a couple quotes on here. I'll skip, I'll save those for later. Okay, so I'm on a time crunch here, so there's a lot to say. I'm trying to get it all quickly here. So some of the goals for social media. So again, I'm talking about, I would say mostly Facebook and then Instagram. I think most people are on those platforms. There's so many, but think where your customer is going to be, where your friend's going to be, right? So if you are already on one of those platforms, most likely all the people that you are connecting with are on. So go where your friends are. So for me, it's Facebook. That's my number one thing. And then Instagram. I don't really go on a lot of other platforms just because I don't like them. My friends are on them, and I just stick to a couple and just get good at those. Okay, you don't want to you don't need to go on every single platform. They're just, stick to your few of your favorites that you're probably doing anyway, right? Then when you're on those, you want to provide value, okay? So that's your number one thing is providing value, educating, maybe giving positive quotes, just something that is, when they look at you, they're like, that impacted them in some way, right? Again, developing your personal brand. You are your brand. Your face, your lifestyle, you are your own brand. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that looks online. For time, I'm not going to go over every single one of these things. So one thing on Facebook or even Instagram, okay, I am really big on the 80-20 rule, okay? So if you don't know what that is, it's 80% of the things that you're posting on Facebook or, Instagram, should not be doTERRA, should not be oils, it shouldn't be business, it is you. It is your lifestyle. It is what you're doing that day. A lot of people like to post what they're eating, what they're reading, what they're listening to, what they're doing with their kids. It's 80% nothing to do with your business, right? But if you are naturally leading a healthy lifestyle, again, some people love sharing what they're eating and some people don't, but again, do whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you share like a healthy recipe or a positive quote, you're sharing what we do. That's what we are. We are, we call us hope dealers, or, natural advocates for life. So you're constantly doing that without putting the word doTERRA in there, because you're not a walking commercial, but you are sharing your life. And then 20% of it can be doTERRA, okay? And that is not a lazy link to your website, okay? That is gross, and nobody will click on it, and they will maybe unfriend you, right? It is providing value. Maybe how you are using that oil that day, that you diffuse Serenity and you had the best night's sleep, or something like that. It's facts tell, stories sell. So you're providing value. You're not just screaming commercial all over the place, right? And you can easily go through your Facebook and look at the past 10 posts. If 2 of them were doTERRA and 8 of them were not, you're doing perfect, right? If they're all doTERRA, you need to quickly put in some other things, right? Or if there's no doTERRA, you need to sprinkle your product or business into your Facebook, right? Because people, if they don't know what you're doing, they're never going to buy from you, right? But I guarantee they will buy from someone else, because we already know that people love oils and they want to use them. But if they don't even know you sell them, then I'm sorry, they're never going to buy from you, right? And you could be, again, this is only online. If you're talking to them in real life and you're inviting them, that's fine. But I have a lot of friends that I don't see every day, right? From high school or from the different states that we've lived in. And so if I'm not talking to them on the phone, this is how they know what I'm doing. Okay, so after you are talking with people online, right, commenting, or maybe they're asking you questions, they said, hey, I've seen you post about doTERRA a few times, what is doTERRA? This is the point. You take it off of line and you get on the phone, right? Or you message back and forth with them. It is not, so online is just, again, it's a tool. It's not the only way. There's so many times that I've had people that either I reached out to them or they reached out to me, but then it didn't stay on Facebook. We took it and we made a phone call or made an appointment, or you can invite them to a class or something. It's just a great way to connect or start that conversation. Okay, it is not the only way. Again, I can't even tell you how many times, you've taken it off, given them a sample, get on the phone, and then do the process that you're used to doing, right? I think Facebook and Instagram are a great way to get new leads, right? So let's say you put something out there, you have people commenting, or now, everybody is sick. So now you're seeing, everyone's sick. Now's a great time to private message them. Say, hey, I saw so-and-so sick. I'm so sorry. Are you, what have you guys tried? Are you open to natural solutions? Again, it's not throwing doTERRA up all over the place. It's just starting the conversation. And then they're like, well, I thought I've tried everything. What next? And then you say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I'd love to give you a call and tell you what's working for me. Something very simple like that. It's just a great way to get more leads. One of my favorite things to do on Facebook is engaging with my team, right? So you probably have a group Facebook page for your team, and it's a great way to share what you're doing, what you're reading, videos, sharing recognition for your team. That's huge. Just have fun, right? As your team grows, you're gonna have people all different states, all different countries, and it's a great way to bring them together and in one little spot and create that community. I just think it's huge. So there's so many things to do and having goals for social media. Some of the time savers that I have, because social media is awesome, but again, you don't want to spend all day on it. As much as I love Facebook, I actually hate Facebook because it could take all day long to respond to everyone's message and to just see what everyone's doing. And so this is where you have to get crystal clear on what's worth your time, what's not worth your time. Because scrolling through your feed is the biggest waste of time in your entire life, unless you have a purpose of like, okay, I'm going to connect with 2 friends, and then you find maybe 2 people that are posting that they're sick that day, and you go and you talk to them and then get off. Like literally do not waste time, because if you're thinking, oh, I'm doing social media all day, and you really just sat there looking at what everyone else is doing, you are not doing business. You're not being productive. You're literally doing nothing. So that's why you have to think, okay, be smart about it, right? And actually I have a power hour that has worked really, really well for me and for my team. But some of the time savers that I have written down here, Hootsuite is an awesome way to, you can automate your social media, right? There's free versions and paid versions. I use Edgar. That's a little bit more expensive. It's like $70 a month. I think Hootsuite for the paid version is like $15 a month. But what I do is I have all my posts recycled. So we'll put the post out, and then you can put it into Edgar, and then you can put out how often you want it to be repeated, right? So I have certain ones that go in my business page, in my customer page, and on my public page, you know, or my public group, whatever you want. This is for Facebook. That it looks like I'm always on Facebook, but I'm actually on it very little because I don't really like to spend my time there. But I have stuff constantly going out, value-added photos with like beautiful photos with information and links and different things. Or you can use the Facebook scheduler, which is free. Everybody's on Facebook. I don't know if you can do it from your phone. I don't usually use that one, but I know from a computer, you can go in there and you can schedule things to your pages or to your groups. And let's say you want the same, like a post going out every day at like 6 a.m. So your post is the first post your friends see when you get on. You can schedule that out, okay? There's other automation services you can use for like every platform, but again, you don't need to go into all those right now. So get your paper and pen out, because this is something that's really huge here. And I forgot to look at the time when I started, so I don't know how, I'm gonna talk fast, I don't know how long this is going, I am so sorry. Okay, more time savers. Okay, so this is what I learned several years ago, and it is awesome, especially for the people who need a schedule, you need someone telling you what to do. It is called the power hour, okay? So basically, you have 1 hour, okay? This is awesome for busy moms, right? Where you only have 1 hour time, or you have a couple 20-minute chunks, right? Or let's say you do work full-time and you have 20 minutes in the morning, in the afternoon, and 20 minutes at night. Everyone's busy, so you can either do 1 hour straight, or you can break it up into 3 20-minute sessions, okay? If you do a power hour, if you have an hour, I think it's best to do that same hour every single day, so it's part of your schedule, but you can get all of your social media done in 1 hour a day, okay? And it looks like this. The first 20 minutes of your power hour is you are messaging people, okay? So what we call it is form. You've heard this probably so many times in the different trainings, but it's like an acronym, F-O-R-M, form. Is you are asking them questions about their family, okay? O is you're asking them questions about their occupation. R is recreation, like what do they do for fun? Like, this is awesome if you've seen people post pictures on vacations. You can say like, oh my gosh, do you guys go on vacations a lot? Where do you like to go? You know, for the family, you would say like, oh my gosh, your kids are getting so big, they're so beautiful, you know, how are they liking school? Occupation, again, a question would be, are you, or I see you starting back at your full-time job, like how are you liking that? Or are you at home now? How are you liking that? Just asking them questions where they are talking about themselves, right? And then N is you're formulating your message. So you ask them about their family, their occupation, their recreation, then you go in with your message, right? And that would be some sort of doTERRA message. And that can take multiple conversations to get there. It's not a race. It's always relationships first, then business second, right? So that's just kind of a good thing to kind of get in the back of your head. If you're not sure like what to say to somebody, just start talking about their family. Ask them questions, because believe me, they want to tell you about their family. And the more you get them talking, the more they like you, okay? So let them talk about themselves all day long, then ask them another question about themselves. And it's not like a fake question. If they're your friend and you really want to help them, you need to know about them, right? So the more interested you are in them, the better the relationship, because you'll know how to help them, but also they will like you more. Okay, and you're finding a need for oils, right? So in that they're saying, oh, they're sick, they love traveling, but they have no money, or they're at home, but finances are tight, or they just went back to work because they need to pay the bill. Like, you can find a lot out about somebody and helping them, like how doTERRA can help them just from asking questions, okay? So your first 20 minutes are just messaging people. That's just, think of it as you're building friendships. All it is you are just getting to know your friends. You have probably hundreds or thousands of friends on Facebook, but do you know them, right? So you can get your notebook out, or doTERRA has, oh, I don't have it in front of me, in the launch guide, they have an awesome, like on page 9 or something, name of all of your people, okay? And you can write down like all your friends on Facebook, and then you can start going through, like, hey, you message them, and then maybe it leads to a sample, and maybe it leads to inviting them to a class, and then a phone call. So it's not a race. When you build online social media, I would say give yourself at least 6 months of a learning curve to get, to build, because it's not that face-to-face, okay? And they don't trust you yet, okay? So it could take longer. Again, it's worth it, but just know that while you're doing this, you should be doing your classes and all the other stuff. Okay, so that's your first 20 minutes. You are putting your messages out there, okay? You're messaging all your friends, okay? Keeping track. You're not responding, you're not scrolling through your feed, you're not doing any of that stuff. So your second 20-minute block, now you're answering people, now you're following up, okay? If you stick to this, like in the beginning, you're probably not following back with people because you haven't messaged everybody, but it's going to take a couple days where all the people you've messaged, they're going to start coming back to you, okay? And it's going to get overwhelming. You're going to have all these people that want to talk to you, and if you don't have your power hour set up, you're going to be like this and load your phone, and it's going to be notification after notification. And you know what? I'm just telling you right now, they don't expect an answer right away. If you message somebody, do you expect an answer right away? No, okay? You have a time. Take yourself seriously, take your business seriously, and set up time, business hours for yourself, that you message people during an hour or 20 minutes and you respond back, okay? So when you're sitting with your kids and your phone is blowing up, don't worry. You will get back to them when you have your power hour, okay? I just want to tell you that. Otherwise, you will hate social media. You want to quit, right? I've gotten really good at doing that. It took time. So now you just like put your phone away and you're like, whatever, I have a time, I'll get back to it. So now is the time that you message back. You follow up with people, okay? If you've sent them a sample, you could follow up with them. If they've come back and they've asked you about you now you follow up, okay? Then the last 20 minutes, you are posting in your groups, scheduling your post, going into your groups, commenting, answering questions, see where you've been tagged. This is also the time you can go into your back office and place an order, or change your LRP, or help someone order, or you can, it's not social media, but you can send your welcome package. This is like the last office, anything you do in the office for the last 20 minutes, right? So you have 20 minutes messaging, 20 minutes answering, and 20 minutes Facebook groups, okay? Or a Facebook Live video or something like that, okay? Or maybe email time, okay? Your social media doesn't have to be all day from when you wake up till you go to bed, okay? If it does, you're not going to do the business, and trust me, nobody won't want to do the business underneath you, because nobody wants to do that, okay? So think about what you're doing, and is that duplicatable, okay? So limit your time to emails and Facebook. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to talk about presenting or sharing online. Okay, so why present online? Okay, so again, there's so many different ways of doing that. The easiest and the most effective way, honestly, like through Facebook, is the Facebook Lives. Okay, they are the best. Facebook loves them. Your people, your followers love them. Facebook will show more people your video versus you putting up a YouTube link or anything else like that. So I've done them in the past. I've done webinars in the past where I have them go to GoToWebinar. I've done Google Hangouts, and I've done like videos, and you post the recording, and those are all really awesome ways. But you're missing a few things. So one, you're missing that live interaction. So you can't like follow along and see comments. There's like that missing energy that's there, I think, when it's just a recording. And also Facebook will not show as many people. They don't like outside links coming into Facebook. So the algorithms will be a lot higher when it's live. Okay, then you can do it live in like one area, and you can share it into your other groups or different things that you have. So I love Facebook Lives. If you are nervous, just the tip I have for you is just get over it. I was very nervous about doing lives. In fact, I was in a mastermind group and I was like, I don't want to go on camera. I don't want to speak in front of video. Like I was terrified of doing it. It was the worst thing that I could think of, because I feel like every time I talk, I say the wrong thing, or I would say or I just like have all these issues, right, that other people you might feel that you have, or maybe you're awesome at it, I don't know. The only way to get over it, or just to start, is just to start, right? Just getting yourself out there. You will get better every single time, and I mess up every single time. I already know I'm going to mess up. I've probably already messed up 100 times this video, but I've done it, and I continue to do it, and I get better, and also then people know that you're real, right? We don't need to be a fake person online, right? We can be genuine, and people will get to know you the best when they see you in video. I'm a huge fan of the videos, and then again, it's the people know, like, and trust you. Then they want to buy from you, or work with you, or connect with you, or whatever. You're building your brand. You are your brand again, and then you can take the recordings and put them on YouTube if you want to, like, save them for another time. Okay. Why presenting online? Continuing, you're sharing your story, so you can share your story. You can provide value. You can share like an oil of the day, or the top 10 oils. You could do an online oil class. I regularly do online oil classes. Like once a week is like what I like to do, and I do them in different groups depending on what group I'm focusing on. Sometimes just new people. Sometimes it's anyone. Sometimes, it just depends on if your customers, you can give them a special thing. It just depends on what's going on, but I like to do just the top 10 oils. I keep it very basic, but then there's other girls in our team, like Nikki is really awesome. Every Monday, she'll do a different oil class. It's just whatever. I just pretty much stick to the top 10 because it's easy and I know it and very duplicatable, okay? Again, it's a great way to provide value, get leads, new customers, new advocates, connect with your customers. It's a great way to lead your team, right? Because you want to be doing what you tell your team to do, right? So if you want everyone on your team doing the videos, you better be doing them. Or even posting or any that kind of stuff. Again, it's not the only way to build a share. I just want to let you know, but it's a great way. It's a great way to build your brand and build a worldwide team, right? So we've been in this business, how many months? September, October, November, December, January, like, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I'm horrible at math, 16 months. We have 4,500 people on our team from, I think we're at 16 different countries now. Okay, we would not be doing that without social media. Okay, so you can have an international team. All right, I love social media. Other platforms are Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Periscope, blogging. There's so many platforms. Again, I'm not going to all of them. The main one I want to talk about a little bit more detail is Facebook. Okay, so if you do not have Facebook friends, you need to make friends right away. That is the first thing that I always tell people to do. So if you'd want to use Facebook for your business and to grow your business, you need to have friends on Facebook. So think about all the people that you know that you're maybe not connecting with. Think of all the people that you know from your, maybe the kids' school or church, your neighbors, your friends you went to high school with, the friends you go to the gym with, college, anyone, like family members, anyone, like go start thinking of all the groups. And actually Facebook's really good about telling you who you probably need to be friends with, and they will know, like, most likely who you should be friends with. It's really scary how much they know. But start friending people, right? Okay, talk with them. That's where you go in, you start forming them, get to know your friends. Okay, you are not just there to just show off your lifestyle, but it's really how you can help them with Facebook and connecting and taking it off of the post and into the personal messages, okay? Remember the 80-20 rule we already talked about. So what to post on Facebook, okay? And this could be like your Facebook profile or your Facebook public. Let's say you have a public business page. If it's a business page, you don't really need to stick to your 80-20 rule as much because they're expecting to see oils. I would do oils all day long. Oops, I'm getting low battery here. Let me just plug that in. Because they're expecting that, deliver, right? So they want to see oils all day long. I'm talking about for your personals, 80-20. Okay, so on Facebook, you 100% need to use pictures, okay? If you use a link without a picture, I guarantee no one is going to click on it. They're not even going to see it. I like to use personal pictures best. So doTERRA has amazing stock photos. Amazing. They're beautiful. They are beautiful, beautiful. You can actually, for $15, buy a year supply of all of their videos, okay? Again, they're great, but people don't want to see stock photos, okay? So they want to see you holding your oils, right? Or you diffusing your oils, or you like rolling them on your kids, or your own little recipe. They want to see you with your oils, okay? Again, it's better if your face is in there because, again, people buy from people. They don't just want to buy a bottle of doTERRA. They want to buy from a person, okay? Some of my apps that I like to use are, I like Word Swag and, oh my gosh, what do I think? Online, I think I like Word Swag the best. For like overlay, for if you want to add words. If you want it on computer, Canva, that's the best one. There's other ones, PicMonkey, some are free, some you pay for. I like to do them on my phone, and the key is just get good lighting. That's the key is to, like, you can click on the dark spot in your photo, the photo will brighten, and as long as you're in good lighting, that's it, okay? No dark photos, those are gross. And they're not attractive. Okay, so think about when you are on Facebook, what pictures are you drawn to? Okay, most likely those are the kind of posts and pictures you should be posting. Okay, use your personal pictures. They don't want to see doTERRA's again. They want to see your own. Join groups. So if you're on Facebook, you're like, I don't know how to have any friends. I don't know how to get new friends. Maybe you've already friended everyone, and maybe you've already talked to everyone, which I doubt, but join some groups and get some new friends, right? It could be a gardening group. It could be a homeschooling group, a workout group. It could be whatever that you're involved in. It doesn't have to do anything with doTERRA. Just find some ways to get new friends and start messaging them and talking to them, okay? Facts tell, stories sell. So when you are online, when you're talking about your bottle of Serenity, you are not talking about all the facts and the sourcing and every little thing, detail about it, how it works in the body, because guess what? People don't really know that stuff. They don't care. Only 25% of the people actually care, and they won't even listen to what you say. They will research it themselves. All they want to know is put it on your big toe at night, you diffused it, whatever, and now you had the best night's sleep. That's what they want to know about. Does it work? Facts tell, stories sell. So your Facebook and Instagram is a way to share your story. That is it. Share your story, provide valuable information. Okay, more things on Facebook. You need a good Facebook profile picture, okay? It has to be a good one of you. Most likely, okay, and I change it up too, I'm not always perfect, but it should be a good one of your face. You looking happy and healthy, right? Because again, you're your brand. You are not a doTERRA picture. You are not your cat. You are not your dog. You are not even your kids. It is you. So your face should be in there, right? Because again, when you're commenting and posting, your picture comes up. So every time you post or doing something, you're representing your brand. Okay. In your About page on Facebook, it should have a link to your business page if you have one, or your website. So when people like start looking at you and stalking you, because they will, they need to know how do they buy from you. If they can't even figure out how to buy from you from your Facebook, then I mean, obviously they could message you, but if I didn't have my stuff out there, I would be missing sales, right? Because some people don't want to actually talk with you. Again, I know that I just said that you should, but there's a lot of people that they will be following you for a while, and they're like, I've heard enough. I'm buying that Serenity and putting it on my big toe tonight, right? So they're going to go on your website and buy it, but if they can't find it, they will go to someone else, right? Comment often on people's things, especially the people that you're kind of like eyeing and you want, and you know that they need doTERRA, you need to be friends with them and start talking to them right away. Having Facebook events, and you need to be making Facebook groups, okay? I don't think for time I have enough to go into all of the difference between the groups and the events. I have done both, and honestly, I just say you have to try different things and see what works best for you. So I've done Facebook events where I've done my classes and events. I've done a mix of posts and videos, like a combination with my videos, doTERRA's videos, and then I've done groups, and sometimes it's a big group, or sometimes it's a private group for selected people. You really need to experiment to see what's best for you and your friends, okay? Again, Facebook profile, I'll put all of this out there, everything I'm looking at on our group, so you can see that. Everything you post, you're representing yourself and your business. Be positive, engaging, appealing, right? Be authentic, be you, be your best version of yourself. But again, the authentic version, okay? 80-20 rule, what to avoid. You are not curing anything ever, not diagnosing, right? We need to be compliant. I like to avoid being anything controversial online, but that's just my own opinion. People don't like when you automatically add them to your group, so you should ask for permission. I've added a few people to my groups, but then they don't like it when you just start adding everybody. And they don't really like when you start tagging people without permission either. So just be mindful. If you wouldn't want someone to do that to you, don't do that to them. Let's see, I have a lot of information. I'm just gonna see if you do a Facebook event or like a party, like a oil class in your event, pick a day and time. It can be done in one day, over a couple of days. I've done the same one over like a month, okay? It just depends on what kind of event you're doing. I like numbered posts, so it keeps it organized and people can go back and do it, but it's a great way to, again, share your story, share the products, educate, have fun, and I love doing giveaways. You could do them in your group. It helps to engage. Here, then I just shared a whole bunch of information on examples. Again, I'll put my file up there. But if you're talking about Breathe, for example, share a picture of your own personal bottle of Breathe, okay? Providing value. Oh, one other thing I like to do on my Facebook, and if you guys have seen my Facebook, and if we're not friends, please friend me on Facebook, or I think I just made it public where people can follow me even if we're not friends. Again, I'm still learning how to do Facebook, but I love, at the end of every month, I love congratulating the new ranks on my Facebook page, on my public page, because I want them to be recognized, right? And so then all of their friends see that they're being recognized, that they're growing, so it helps them out, it helps me out, because then everyone's like, oh wow, your team is growing. But it gives them that recognition that they might not be like wanting to do, like, hey, I hit this rank today. But if someone else does it, it's like a third party like validation. They're like, oh wow, someone's telling them that they're doing an awesome job. Again, don't just post oil stuff. I'm just going through a bunch of things. Share really good content. So if you find an oil post that is not doTERRA, like a third party, that's an awesome one. Like here I shared something about children, how they significantly improved their ADHD after 30 days of oils. I had 18 shares, tons of people were loving it. Then I can go back and comment and say, thanks for sharing, you know, have you used oils? That's a great way of just seeing of your friends, you know, who likes oils. If, again, we're talking about the Serenity, like if you, after you shared a testimony or a story, how you had the best sleep ever, end it with a question saying, have you used essential oils? What are your favorite oils? Because then it'll get all of your friends talking, and I guarantee a lot of them are using oils, and a lot of friends you don't even know are using oils are using them. Then you can go back and comment, right? Because again, the more comments and likes your photos get, Facebook will show more people because it's a popular post, and the way the algorithms work, they're gonna show lots of people. But then you can go back and message them like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that you use oils too. Like, how long have you been using them? What are your favorites? And then you're open the conversation. Now you have lots to talk about, right? You both have oils. Maybe they're using doTERRA, maybe they're not. And this is a great way now. Have you ever tried doTERRA? Right, it's just awesome, okay? What you can do with Facebook when you are intentional about what you're posting. I have a public page, Essential Oils for Moms. Please follow me there too. I think for time, I'm going to end this. Again, share your story, lead with love, have fun. Okay, most likely you're already on Facebook, so might as well be sharing and loving and recognizing your team. Some of the people that I have learned a lot from just about business and social media, but Eric Worre, I like him. He wrote The GoPro. You should read that book. Marie Forleo, she has an awesome website, Facebook page, videos, YouTube. Sarah Robbins has an awesome book, How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And if you go to her YouTube on, you can just search Sarah Robbins Social Media 1 and Social Media 2. She has 2 one-hour videos all about social media. Okay, she'll go in more details than this. And then I am a big believer in finding someone who has what you want and do what they do. So if you have or you follow some people on social media, they don't even have to be in doTERRA. Just be any business or any company. If you like their style, like follow them and do what they do, right? But make it your own, of course, right? Because you were attracted to something that they were doing. So I do the same thing. I'm always like finding new people, like who is inspiring me, and I'll follow them for a few months and get really inspired. Then I'll go on to the next person. Okay, be the kind of leader that you would follow. Okay, that's really huge. So ask yourself right now, if you were to enroll, would you enroll under yourself? Okay, that's really important. So when you're posting, when you're doing things, think about that. Okay, you're not just dreaming for success, but you're working for it. Be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. Okay, so this is a great way to build your team up on social media. If you put in the time and the effort, you will see the results. In the beginning, it might be crickets, right? That's okay, keep going. And then comparison is the thief of all joy. Do not compare to anyone else on the internet. Please don't compare to me, to your upline, to your sideline, to anyone else. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. John Acuff said that. And that's so huge, you guys. Some people come into this and they have thousands of friends on Facebook. It looks very natural. Then they've been doing this for a while. And then there's some people that come on and they had just opened their account and they are brand new. So please do not judge. And you also don't know everyone's story to why they're doing what they're doing. So some people are moving really fast in the business because they need to put food on the table to feed their family. Okay, and then some other people are just doing it because they're doing it for fun. Or we don't know their story, so please do not judge, do not compare. I think it's awesome if we can just all like each other's things on Facebook and just build everybody up, okay? Because everyone is working for a reason, they have a deep need of why they're doing this. And so if you see someone rocking it on Facebook or Instagram, please just be happy for them and do not compare. I just don't want you to get in that trap because it's fake. It's not healthy, right? Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. So if you're brand new to this, just go and do it, right? No one has the time to build a business, right? It's all about making that time, just carving that 20 minutes here and that 20 minutes there. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but it will be worth it. Just don't give up, okay? And I don't know how long we were. I'm so sorry about the time if it's too long. I hope this helped. There's so much more we could talk about social media, but I wanted to keep it light and fresh for today. Again, it's just a tool. It's not the only way, but it's a fun way, and you can really build a significant business with meeting the most amazing people from all over the world using social media, and you can do it from your home, from your run, from the pickup line at school, in between your full-time job, in between clients or whatever. anyway, I encourage you to go out, try something new, and to have fun and to share doTERRA and your story with as many people as possible. Hope you guys have an awesome day or evening, and I will be back with more later. All right, thank you for having me. Bye, guys.